Well, there we are. Oh, yay, oh, yay, oh, yay. Oh, yay, oh, yay. Pray silence for word of Nicola Curran, an accountant with PKFFPM, been elected as president of the Newry Junior Chamber of Commerce. Well done to Nicola.
Yeah, Nicola's a great girl.
Is it Nicola or Nicole?
Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole.
Nicole is a great girl, and I can assure you she will lead from the front. She's a great worker, a very innovative and creative person, a great people's person, and I must say we're delighted to have her on our team, a tremendous accountant as well.
Yeah, there's Michael Blaney. He's done well too. He's Newry-based Autoline, 40 years in existence. And I would suggest to Michael, well done to Michael. 40 years is a great achievement.
Well, not only that, but Michael has moved that organisation forward at a pace that few others ever could have done.
Yeah, he should sack his photographer in the Irish News. The whole symmetry is wrong. The symbolism is wrong. The arrow's pointing down to the ground. Michael's arrow is going high, going over the rainbow.
Well, I wouldn't blame the Irish News, but certainly the old motto is if you're using a prop, you got to make sure you use it right.
Correctly.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
So, but well done to Michael. A terribly decent man.
Michael's a great fella, and his Autoline is a tremendous success story, and their development of new IT apps and etc. is very progressive, very creative organisation, and actually one of the great success stories of the Greater Newry business community.
It is, of course, yeah. More. This is Feargal, of course. I take you for granted now. I assume they know who you are. Of course they know who you are. But I say first of all, sadness, sadness. Oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. I asked the woman in the shop on Sunday evening, how did Warren Point do? And she said they were beaten by a point. Much better that we'd been beaten by 20 points, but 1 point breaks hearts. Well,
to be upfront, the players and management will be the first to admit that it didn't just happen for us on the day, but maybe we were very close to being a great team because we very nearly grinded a result out having not played well.
Yeah.
And actually perhaps, should have grinded a result out. We were 3 points down with 10 minutes to go, and things weren't just going 100%, but we managed to come through the pain barrier again, scored 2 fantastic points from play, really brilliant points up the whole field, John Boyle and Ryan Boyle, and with 4 minutes remaining, we were 1 point behind, and to be honest with you, you probably could have put your money on 1 point to come through and win it.
Yeah.
It wasn't to be tantalising close. A couple of shots just came short when they should have went over the bar. A goal chance also went missing. But the bottom line is, Rowan, that we have to draw positives from a phenomenal year.
Yeah.
This is a very young team. Yes, we have lessons to learn, and I have no doubt, hopefully we will learn them from Sunday because the players know themselves. This is one they could have won, and perhaps
that gives them a great.
And perhaps should have won. But more importantly, this is a team that's won Ulster honours. This is a team that is on the up. This is a group of players supported by a very strong and determined management team, who I think will ensure that the future is bright and the future is blue for Warren Point and St Peter's Jail.
I'm very impressed with your Mihal Mother Hurting alter ego, dear boy. Very impressed with that indeed.
You know what they say, Rowan? The work goes on, the cause endures.
The cause endures, and the cause is greatness. That's what beckons.
Well, the cause is to wear the jersey with pride.
Absolutely,
and our players certainly did that.
Yeah, and it's a metaphor for all of life, isn't it? To wear the jersey with pride.
Well,
that's it.
I have to say they certainly did that.
More money in the pockets of most families in the north. Grocery retailer Asda's latest income tracker said households in the north, £88 a week left over after bills had been paid in December. Does that surprise you?
No, I think you're seeing a combination there of low interest rates, slight improvement in business. Obviously oil prices down, etc.
It's amazing that oil price thing, isn't it? It really, really is.
I see Aer Lingus there, just as you're...
Yes, this is decision day for the cabinet.
Well, it's a very big day for Ireland, may I say. I say this, and unfortunately, I hope the politicians don't fudge it. The reality is they've got a big opportunity here. Yes, there's a risk that once Willie Walsh moves away, will IAG and the owners of British Airways honour him. But there is no doubt about it. To be half guaranteed your independence in a large organisation is a phenomenal deal. And whilst one always likes to say elections are coming up and the status quo when we can't sell out, the reality is the airline business in particular is operating in a global market. personally, I believe it would be madness for the Irish government not to. By the way, it won't be spotted now. This mistake, if it's made, will be observed in 3 years' time as an opportunity missed. Because I believe the next time this business is up for sale, it won't be anywhere near as attractive to the Irish people.
And not as good a deal.
Without doubt.
It's a huge deal. Guaranteed independence, you know.
Well, subtly within a large group. But I mean, there's all the benefits. I would have thought... I can see, I heard a TD on from Cork this morning, I can see the lobbying for the election. We cannot do it unless the Cork routes are guaranteed. Nobody can guarantee anything. The best way our friend from Cork can guarantee the route is to make sure the flight's full. If the flight's full, the route will not be stopped. So the bottom line is, rather than slobber saying that we should make sure a deal doesn't go ahead without a guarantee that they're...
That's whinging, isn't it?
Correct. The best way to guarantee it and to maybe get a second flight is to fill the flights.
Absolutely. Sure, I remember Air Aaron used to take me down to Cork from Dublin. Sometimes it was full, sometimes it was empty. And
a good service.
So it was very, very good at the time, you know. What else have we got? Oh, the Greeks, for goodness sake. What are they playing at? Are they living on the planet at all?
Yeah, well, you know, some people go for short-term measures. But the long-term impact of this is very, very serious.
How is it going to impact on you and me?
Well, how it will impact on you and me is that I think, particularly in the Eurozone, there will be big decisions to be taken. And I think the sad thing here is I think Greece is not central to the Eurozone. So I think, contrary to what they think, I think Europe will take decisions which will leave them behind. My own personal view is there will be face saving for about 6 months, and the new government will go in and say we had no option but, because the options are quite blunt. Any of us can go out and spend today, but it's not long before reality catches up.
Tomorrow comes quickly.
They're living beyond their means. And tragically, unfortunately, as we've learned in Ireland, when that happens, you have to take quick corrective action. But if you take quick corrective action, the future can be bright quite soon.
Christine Lagarde was fulsome in her praise when she came over. She's the chairperson of the IMF.
Well, why wouldn't she be? Ireland has...
Well done, Ireland, she was saying. Well done.
Ireland has transformed itself. Ireland's on the way back. And hopefully we don't make the mistakes of before and go mad with wage inflation. There's no doubt about it, the weak euro will also help exports in the south of Ireland big time. It will have an impact here in terms of retail shopping for a while, because obviously the euro is down to 75p today. That's amazing. One couldn't have envisaged that. And even when one looks at economic forecasts where sterling is expected to probably weaken a little bit near the election due to uncertainty election time, you're still probably not expecting sterling or the euro to rise much above 82 sterling in the next 6 months to a year. 6 months, certainly.
Good news for down your part of the Newry, down around the Keys, and the restructuring of finance down there, and Parker Green.
Well, it's a phenomenal success story for Gerard O'Hare and his team at Parker Green. It shows the confidence that the market has in Gerard and in the Keys, and also their other business interests, including the major shopping centre in Carlow, etc., in that it's the first significant deal done since Service took over the loans of NAMA, and the fact that he has been able to restructure that has to be to the tremendous benefit of his organisation, but not only his organisation, but for business confidence in the Greater Newry area, and the fact that I believe, per the recent press release, that he also plans to do a further extension.
That's right.
I think workers expect to start that very shortly. I must say, we as a firm were delighted to be, you can talk about these things afterwards, to be the tax advisors to that deal, and it's great when these things work.
Oh, when a plan comes to fruition is great indeed. But it also speaks highly about the mettle of the man who is O'Hare, because he had to make hard decisions and look at things. How do we take the business forward in tough times? He has done it, and he has encountered the confidence of one of the world's leading financiers.
Look, Gerard O'Hare is an inspirational leader. He's a guy that has managed to manage change in difficult market circumstances. There were no significant shopping centres in Ireland, because the very nature of shopping centres, no significant ones that didn't experienced debt difficulties
Yes, of course.
when the crisis came. The reason being that by their very nature, shopping centres are highly geared at the outset. And if you're building new shopping centres, ultimately, if there's a crisis, and a major crisis beyond a normal crisis in consumer confidence, and the value of the shopping centre drops dramatically, as would have been the case across the island of Ireland, significantly, not nearly as far now, but was the case 5 years ago. To have the nerve, and the astute footwork,
Yeah.
to manoeuvre your way through that,
Yeah.
to win the confidence of the market as he has done, that requires very, very astute and brave leadership. It can be a lonely place leading in times like that.
Absolutely,
And Jared has always
absolutely.
kept his dignity. He has always kept his eye for detail. And he is an example of someone who always, and has always done, looks at the bigger picture rather than the short-term comfort.
And in a sense, you see, the Americans who are there with him in the funding operation, they're seeing Gerard and Parker Green as an exemplar of how this thing should be done.
Well, the fact that Parker Green was the first shopping centre, I'm sure the first of many major property portfolios over the next few years to achieve this type of regaining full control of one's assets, etc., and debt structuring, speaks volumes for the confidence of the marketplace.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Dr. O'Hare, down there at Parker Green International, and go well. And you go well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Rowan.
being with me this morning. We'll see you next week.
A pleasure as always.
It is always a pleasure, and good luck to Warren Point as you go forward in your Gaelic athleticism.
Rowan, onwards and upwards. The future is bright and the future will be blue.